This lesson is on dilations. The goal is to understand dilation images of figures, and the standard is geometry, similarity, right triangles, trig 1A and 1B, and geometry congruence number 2, geometry, similarity, right triangles, and trig number 2. And what you need to understand by the end of this lesson is that you can use a scale factor to make a larger or smaller copy of a figure that is also similar to the original figure. Now, some of you may have went to the eye doctor and had your eyes dilated, and that's kind of what we're doing with these shapes and figures. If you notice, this pupil is in normal light, and in dim light the pupil opens up, and it says the diameter of the pupil over here is 2 millimeters, and the diameter of the pupil over here is 8 millimeters. So we could say that the ratio of this is 1/4 the size, or 2/8, or also you could say that this is 4 times bigger. So there's a couple ways of looking at that. That's how we're going to look at this. You can either make them bigger or you can make them smaller. So where do you think you would be on the scale of understanding dilations? At a 1, 2, 3, or 4? Write that at the top of your notes right now. And here we have a dilation, and it has a center of dilation C. And notice that dilations preserve angle measure, and all we do is multiply. Here's our pre-image, and they multiplied this pre-image times a scale factor to get the final image. Now this would have been times a whole number because it's bigger. If we were going from here to here, they would have been dividing to make it smaller. Alright, this first one says to graph the image of this triangle after a dilation with a scale factor of 3. Well, if it has a scale factor of 3, it means we're making it bigger. And all we're going to do is multiply each one of the numbers, both the x and the y value, by 3. And then we're going to graph it. So my final numbers are going to be -3 times 3 is -9. 0 times 3 is 0. Again, -3 times 3 is -9. And -1 times -3 is -3. 3 times 3 is 9. And 0 times 3 is 0. Now I'm going to plot those points, and you'll see that I'm going to get the same shape, only it's going to be 3 times bigger. So I'm going to go to -9, 0. There that is, -9, -3, and 9, 0. And when I connect the dots, it is dilated with a scale factor of 3, centered at the origin. Okay, this one is asking us to graph the image of this rectangle after a dilation with a scale factor of 1/2. So that just means we're going to be making it smaller, and then we're going to divide these numbers by 2. So -10 divided by 2 is -5. Half of -4 is -2, -5, -4, 5, -2, and 5, -4. So we're going to graph those points, and we'll have the new image. So -5, -2 is here, and -5, -4 is here. 5, -2, and 5, -4. So when you connect the dots, that is the new image after dilation with a scale factor of 1/2 centered at the origin. Here's your practice 1. You're going to graph the image after a dilation with a scale factor of 3. Practice 2, you're going to graph the image of the square after a dilation with a scale factor of 1/3. Okay, the second assignment in dilations is to write the coordinates of the vertices after a dilation. So all you have to do is write down the numbers after you've either multiplied by a whole number or divided by the fraction. So each one of these numbers I'm going to multiply by 2. So I'm going to have -2, -10, -2, 8, 0, -8. I multiplied each one of the numbers, the original values, by 2. Your practice 3, you're going to write the coordinates of the vertices after a dilation with a scale factor of 4. You're going to have to write down the original coordinates first, or at least multiply them and write down the new coordinates. This one, you're going to write the coordinates after dilation with a scale factor of 1/5. You're going to multiply each one of these times 1/5, or divide each one of these numbers by 5. In the third assignment, you're going to be asked questions like, is this, they'll say the blue shape is a dilation of the black shape. Is it an enlargement or a reduction? Well, of course, the blue shape is a reduction. If it was saying the black shape is an enlargement, then they're also going to say something like, what do you see here? The blue shape is a dilation of the black shape. What is the scale factor of the dilation? So we're going to pick a point, and it doesn't matter which point, but you have to pick one or 2 points that are corresponding. For example, I'm going to pick this point here and this point. They're corresponding. They are the upper right-hand points. So let's just look at the points. I have 0, 8, and I have 0, 2. Now look at the y values. I'm going from 8 to 2. And I'm getting smaller, so I'm going to put the smaller number on top. And I'm going to reduce my fraction. So my scale factor of the dilation is 1/4. Again, I can't use the 0 because there's no difference in the numbers. So I use my y value. But if there's a difference in the x values, I could have used those numbers too. It would have given me the same number. And I just know I know it's a reduction, so I make sure that it's a fraction and not a whole number. The green shape is a dilation of the black shape. What is the scale factor of the dilation? Again, it is a reduction, And I'm going to pick a different point this time so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to use this point and this point. It is the bottom right. And on the green bottom one, it is 2, 2. And on the black bottom one, it is 3, 3. And so going from using the smaller number, it is 2/3. So my scale factor is 2/3. And if I was going to set this up as an equation, I would say 3 times what number equals 2? Because I'm going from 3 to 2. And when I divide both sides by 3, I get 2/3. So that's, in all reality, that's what I'm doing. I'm actually solving an equation, and that's how I'm getting to it. And now it's your turn. Practice 5. The blue shape is a dilation of the black shape. What is the scale factor of the dilation? The blue shape, you should be getting a whole number because the blue shape is an enlargement of the black shape. And practice 6. The green shape is a dilation of the black shape. What is the scale factor of the dilation? Okay, where are you now on this scale? A 1, 2, 3, or 4? Write this at the bottom of your notes or after your last practice. You have 3 assignments in IXL. Go ahead, get started, and good luck. And that's the end of this lesson. Bye-bye for now.